calendar, I explained the lunisolar calendar and how it works for a year. So this time I wanted to explain how it works for a month. And it's preparation day, and I have got a big pot of carrots going because you have to like peel them and everything. So I got well, almost all the work done. All I have to do is heat them up tomorrow. So this is the Creator's Calendar, and what I did was I printed out 13 of these and I taped them or glued them all to a regular calendar. And don't forget that the year starts in April, the first new moon after the spring equinox, which is May 21st. So basically it's April for the first month of the year. It starts in the spring, and a day starts at dawn, not midnight, and not the middle of winter. So today we're at the 10th month, the 21st day, which is preparation day, and this is the Sabbath day. The 10th month in the Gregorian calendar is actually January. So I wrote that down, and I also wrote down how many days a month there is. Sometimes there's 29 and sometimes there's 30. So you kind of have to know that. But if you go back and forth, if you didn't know, you could go back and forth, 29 days one month, 30 days another month. But with the WLC app, you've got the exact number of days. So there is an app in the App Store. So if you type in World Last Chance, that app will come up, and it is great. It's got the Gregorian calendar, and then you hit the button and it goes over to the lunisolar calendar, and you can correspond on the days. You know, it's good to do for a year or two so you figure out how to work this. But I figured it out, so you can figure it out. So the first day of every month is the new moon day. Now, new moon day is the very first little bit of light that you see after the black moon. So it's that very first small little banana that you see coming out. And it's a new moon after the black moon. And that's new moon day. So then, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, they use numbers. They don't use Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But because we are been using the Gregorian calendar, day 1 would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then these are all the Sabbath. So that would be the first new moon, a sliver of light. The 8th would be half a moon, waxing, getting bigger, more light. The 15th would be a full moon, the whole thing. And then we're going to start to get small again. That's another half moon, but getting smaller, waning. And then this is actually the black moon. So, like I said, sometimes there's 29 days, and sometimes there's 30. So you add that in. So this would be a Sabbath, and then you might have a regular day, and then this is kind of a Sabbath as well. They call it New Moon Day, but you do the same things that you would do on a Sabbath. You rest and you know, read the Bible and say your prayers. I don't have a group that you can join and go to church because they're all following the Gregorian calendar. But if you did, your family, your friends, neighbors, so you would have your congregation that day. So that's the way that you do and they also call it the Creator's lunisolar calendar. So that is the 10th month, which is January, and then the 11th month, which is February, and the 12th month, which is March. And then that would be back to the first month, which would be April. And they're all exactly the same, except for those couple of little differences, which would be some months have 29 days and some months has 30 days. But other than that, it's exactly the same. The new moon day, the half moon day, the full moon day, the half moon day waning, and the black moon. Now if you didn't have a 30 day on that month, you would have 2 Sabbaths in a row. So that would be the 29th would be a Sabbath, and then the new moon day would be a Sabbath also. Then over here you start your work day. That would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which is the Sabbath. But we're not going to use those days, they just use numbers. This would be the first month. They also have, we're supposed to do Moses' feast days. So in the first month, which is April, they have the Passover on the 13th day of the first month. And then the 14th day of the first month. This is the day that Jesus was crucified. Then they had to take the bodies down because they didn't have them on the cross on the Sabbath. Wasn't that nice of them? So they took them down and they put them in the tomb by morning. So you had to get it all done, the crucifixion and everything, and they gave the body to Joseph of Arimathea, and he did all the preparation of the body and get it into the tomb before the morning of the 15th. And then here we celebrate first fruits, and that is our resurrection, the real resurrection. First fruits was, so the Passover and first fruits and feast of unleavened bread was all from Moses. And then Jesus came and fulfilled it. So we have Jesus was the first fruits. And you're supposed to take some wheat and wave it in the air. And then we have the Feast of Unleavened Bread for the whole week. And then it ends on the Sabbath again. So that would be, they have a bunch in the spring, and then they have a counting that goes to, so Pentecost is 7 full weeks after the Sabbath, 7 full Sabbaths, and then plus 50 days, which brings us to the 4th month on the 28th or the 29th, depending upon whether there's a 30th day. So that is Pentecost, or they call it, the Jewish people call it Feast of Weeks. Once again, they had the Feast of Weeks, and when Jesus came, they had Pentecost, which was the Holy Spirit coming down on the apostles. So you have to do the right count. In the Catholic Church does not have the right count. It also coincides with, growing the wheat. And if you had it way back, like 50 days before, the wheat's not ready yet. So I don't know how they get away with calling that Pentecost or Feast of Weeks. The wheat's not even ready yet. So that's there. There's only one, and then we go all the way to the autumn, and in the 7th month is the last of a little grouping of the feasts of Moses. And we have the very first day, New Moon Day, is the Feast of Trumpets. And then 10 days later is Day of Atonement. And then there is the Feast of Booths, or some people call it the Feast of Tabernacles. So here is a whole nother grouping of Moses' feast days that we're supposed to, I feel like the Jewish people have the Moses' feast days. The Christians have Jesus. Some of the other religions have the flat earth. Everybody's got a piece of the puzzle, and we need to put all the pieces of the puzzle together. We have to have the feast days of Moses. The Jewish people have to have Jesus, and we have to have the flat earth from Genesis, and this Creator's calendar is also from Genesis, the first story in the Bible. So not to confuse you, if I go through the month again, every month is the same. It starts off at the new moon day. It gets adjusted every month. So, like I said, they might have a 30th day, or it might be just the 29th, but the month starts with the new moon, and that is the half moon waning, waxing, getting larger. That's the full moon. It's large, and it starts to get smaller again, the half moon waning, and then the black moon. Sometimes it's a 30th day, and this is the very first bit of light that you see on the new moon. And that's how you work that. And like I said, day 1 would be our Monday, work day Tuesday, work day Wednesday, work day 4, Thursday, work day 5 would be Friday, work day 6 is Saturday, and then the Sabbath. So that would be their Sunday, but we call it the Sabbath. Okay, and that is the Creator's calendar. And I think my carrots might be ready. Ooh, I don't know if you can see that. Isn't that wonderful? We'll have a big pile of carrots. But tomorrow is the Sabbath, and today is preparation day. So you like to prepare a casserole or something to eat to make life a little bit easier, but we do have to be like the essential workers, and if you have a child, you have to take care of it, and okay, bye-bye, thank you.